And welcome to my kitchen. I wanted to come on and show you how easy it is to make your own peanut butter. That's right. You can actually make any type of nut butter and stuff. You do want to use the roasted nuts, and so that way it does pull the oils out and everything. It's a little harder to get the natural oils out of the nuts if they haven't been roasted. Now, if by chance you have raw, not roasted, just put them on a sheet pan and put them in your oven for about 10 to 12 minutes on 350, and then that should allow them to roast and everything. But before you make your nut butter from them, please let them cool fully. They need to be fully cooled before you put them in, otherwise you will wind up with even more of a paste and a potential mess. So I am using our new Deluxe cooking blender to make this, and I've actually fallen in love with this guy. Excuse me. I have made hummus with it. If you haven't seen one of my videos on that, I'm playing around with flavors. So far my favorite is the roasted red pepper hummus. And alternative milks, which is not something that I personally would be doing because I have a family member with nut allergies. So your alternative milks would be like your almond milk or your cashew milk and stuff. And unfortunately, with a family member that can't have that, yeah, I'm not going to be making it and stuff. But for your milks and everything, it does come with the strainer sack, or nut sack if you want to call it that, to strain the milk and get the nut residue out. And then something that you can always do is take what's left in the bag after you've strained it, spread it out on a cookie sheet or a baking pan, put it in your oven and toast it and everything. And then you're going to have some of your homemade nut flour once you grind it down. So it's a great multi-use way to use all of it and not leave anything behind. So we can also make smoothies as well as adult beverages, just like any other blender. You can make a nice, frosty beverage, whether it has alcohol or does not. Either way, pina coladas are just as good with the alcohol as they are without. You can grind, which is the setting we're going to be using to make our peanut butter. You can make soups. I've made butternut squash. I've made a potato. I've made a pumpkin soup. I've made a broccoli and cheddar. There is a tomato basil recipe that I really want to try. My husband loves tomato basil soup, so that's one of the recipes I want to try. You can make your own sauces. And sometimes a sauce may call for the heated puree cycle, which is what the veggie marinara sauce calls for, but there is a sauce setting as well. And you can make jams. So this will reduce your time on making jams. It cuts it down to under an hour. If you're doing jams on the stovetop, it takes longer than that and stuff. Ours is electrical heat, which allows the pectin to enact. It gets up to over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And, it's been a lot of fun playing with this, guys. I just gotta say. And we do have a heated vent lid, so that way as you're making the items that are hot and stuff, you're not going to have the steam build up or anything. It does have the vent in the cap. So I am this is 16 ounces. The guide actually says 24 ounces, but I'm just going to do 16. And these are unsalted. You can do salted. The recipe, if you use unsalted, does call for you to add salt. I'm not going to add any salt, because I'm kind of salt sensitive. So I'm just putting these in, and you're going to see this is the only thing that's going in here is the roasted nuts. If you were doing, like sunflower seed butter or cashew or that, you would be adding an oil as well and stuff. So let's see. Can't do anything without putting the lid on. The lid has to be fully on. Just heard that noise that tells me it's on. And I am going to put it to the grind setting. Let me make sure. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to take this off because all we're doing is grinding. So this should not spurt out or anything. We're going to press start. And I have my tamper that it comes with. It has this guard so it does not go down any farther. So as the nuts start tamper in more than like 30 seconds at a time. And you can go both directions. So this still has a little over a minute. Your peanut butter chunky, you wouldn't let it run the entire time. You would stop it at a certain point. But if you want it creamy, you let it run the entire time. It's running through to make it nice and creamy. I'm just going through and pushing down a little bit with the tamper. Try to get some of that off the tamper before I pull it back out of the lid. Alright, and there's our peanut butter, and I'm going to put it into the 1 cup prep bowl. Now, because you saw all this has in it is just the peanuts and stuff, there are no other additives to it. You do want to, when you make this, you do want to store it in your refrigerator covered, and that is, you know, so you can't store it in your pantry like you do your peanut butter from the store. And that's because there are no preservatives in it like there is the one from the store. And this just lifts up. Now, if I was doing something hot, I would grab the little handle over here and this handle and just kind of wiggle it up. This is your helper handle on this side, because when you're doing like a soup or something, the glass does get hot. So you're going to see how creamy this is. And I have my skinny scraper to help me, oops, get everything out. And you can see it's nice and creamy. It will thicken up as it sets too. There are some thick spots, and that's from up on the side where it didn't get pulled down all the way, but that's okay. It's still good. Okay. Oh, my wrist is getting a little sore. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like leaving anything behind. So by using my skinny scraper, I'm pulling about 2 more tablespoons out of here. Okay, so you can see how cleaned out that is. So your container cannot be fully soaked, it cannot be immersed because it does have electrical component in the base of it. And but we do have a heated wash cycle on here. And I still, some don't, and that it's a personal preference. I like to rinse mine a little bit just to kind of get some of it off and make it a little less, a little easier for it to clean itself. I mean, I'm still one, I rinse my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher too. Okay, so now I'm going to put 3 cups of water in here. That should be 3 at the 3. Yes. So there are measurements on the side of it. I'm going to put that back on there. Bring this out a little bit. Just a couple drops of soap. You don't want a whole lot or you will be cleaning up a mess. There have been consultants that have experienced that, and I heeded their warning and I have not experienced that yet. Thank God. Tastes pretty good. So we're having some company over on Friday, and I'm probably going to use that in my dessert recipe. All right, so I'm just turning this to the heated wash cycle, pressing start, and this should take, I want to say it's about 2 minutes. Starts out slow. Right now it's heating up the water, and even though I did use hot water to do it, it's still, you know, wants to make sure it's heated up to get the sanitation on it. And you will see as this goes, the suds and everything that build up in there, and that's why you don't want to use any more soap than it's recommended. Because like I said, you will be having a mess to clean up. Now this does come with a cooking guide that has, I want to say it's about 16 recipes in it. And you can see that whole side there is recipes. You know, you've got some grind recipes, smoothie, horchata is in with the alternative milk. You've got the soups, custom blends, which would be milkshake, nice cream. Nice cream is a real popular thing lately. Frozen drink recipe chart, jams, sauces, heated purees. And so all of our electrical appliances like this in the quick cooker and our one that's coming out in the spring, all come with a cooking guide, so that way you have some recipes to get started with, and you're not sitting there with a electrical appliance that you're like, what do I do with this? You know, we're giving you the information and some recipes that have been tried and tested in our test kitchen as well as by consultants in the field to make for your family and try them. Now, I will tell you, are every one of them going to be to your flavor preference? Probably not. But there's things that you can do to bring it to your flavor preference. And it's all about experimentation with cooking. So this run. If you have any questions on the Deluxe cooking blender, the quick cooker, and that, or any of our other products, please let me know. Please comment below if you want to know how to get this at the best price possible. I would love to share that with you. The best price possible is $139, and that this does sell for $349. That has a 3-year warranty on it. Unlike the big box stores, when you buy an electrical appliance from Pampered Chef, you have somebody to call that has used it and can help walk you through, you know, what you may be coming up against with difficulty with it or something. If something's not seeming to work correctly or you're not sure of something in the recipe. So you can see how the sud's going. My dog's whining. So right now this is to 130 when we came out with this. I was not expecting it, and I really didn't know how much you could actually do with a blender in regards to cooking until I got it. Okay, we are almost done. And go one more time. Okay, and it's done on the wash cycle. So I'm going to press cancel and take the lid off, and you can see the steam coming out of there. I'm going to rinse my lid, because obviously you're not going to just take it and dump it out and put it away. You're going to, rinse the components. And you can see how clean it came out. And all I have to do is just dry it, and then it will be ready to put away. And turn it off. It does have an on-off switch. So again, any questions, please let me know. If you would like to see this in action in person, let me know. I'd love to demonstrate it for you and stuff, and we can make a soup or some other fun recipe that you're interested in. And again, thank you for watching. Bye now.